Connected cars are ingesting more personal data than ever, and they're also sending out loads of data to different parties. And this poses privacy and security concerns.
When people tell me the car is a smartphone on wheels, I say, no, that's way reductive. You guys quite don't get it. It's way more complicated than that. The most sensitive categories tend to be, geolocation. Of course, you have biometrics, but also you have a lot of data that people bring with them. They may not realize it ends up in the car.
And so when people get in a car, they have their smartphone, they want to use the function to be able to make a phone call. And so they're syncing that. And so that is taking things like phone contacts. It could be taking text messages. It could be taking other things as well, right?
Oh, there's plenty of stuff. So if you have a car with Bluetooth, typically you will end up with your contacts, your call logs, your text messages being stored locally. Plus a bunch of metadata, as you can imagine, right? The phone identifiers, the name of the phones, the Bluetooth MAC address, all these other things. If you have a vehicle with GPS, then you also have all your breadcrumbs, where you've been, where you live. That may be associated with your garage door codes, by the way.
Yes.
Newer cars have a lot more interesting stuff too. Like we've seen calendar entries, browsing history, login and Twitter handles, which photos you've recently taken with your phone, there's a track of that in your car. Which files are on your phone, there's a track of that on your car. But even if you stick with the most common types of information, once you really start to think about what's in people's text messages and contacts, a lot of companies start to realize they have a compliance problem because, you may have your medical appointments. Oops, I'm in violation of HIPAA.
Yes.
My kids' phones may be synced to the car because, like my kids, they like to listen to their own music when they're in my car, right? Am I in violation of COPPA? You may have records of transactions on banks, right, on your text, or you may have your banking information stored on your contacts or passwords or social security numbers, as we've seen several times. Now you're in violation of a lot of other data security laws, right? So there are some real consequences for businesses and, of course, for consumers, right? I mean, leaving this data behind is concerning.